Hello and welcome to the video. I'm Jimmy the Mower and today we're going to look at how to mix two-stroke oil. So why do we use two-stroke oil? Well, the main reason is small engines don't have a separate oil reservoir like larger engines. In a larger engine, you have a petrol container, an oil container, like in your car, and the two never meet. The one lubricates the engine, the other fuels the engine. However, in smaller engine things like this blower that we have here, we don't have a separate oil reservoir and all the fuel and oil goes into one tank. So we have to mix it first. The good thing about it being mixed though, and all being in one tank, is that you can use it any which way up without fear of contamination. So we can blow things, leaves off the ground, cobwebs off the roof. Fantastic. Let's have a look at how we mix it then. I put a handy little chart together and that's available to download from my website. The link will be in the description underneath. So we're looking at a 50:1 oil mix. The reason why I'm choosing 50:1 is the main brands like Still, Husqvarna, people like that, they generally run on a 50:1 petrol to oil ratio. Now the 50:1 is 50 units of oil, 50 units of petrol, don't make that mistake, 50 units of petrol to 1 unit of oil. So that could be 50 millilitres, 50 litres, 50 gallons, 50 pints, whatever you want it to be, it's always 50:1. This handy little chart will give you the mixes. We've got 100 ml there, which is 2 ml. That's for a very small tank. 250 ml is 5 ml. That's about the average size of a fuel tank on these small engine machines. 500 ml is the size of a small bottle. So a litre, which is 20 mils worth of oil, and that's one of these bottles here. I highly recommend you getting one of these. It takes the maths and the guesswork out of it. You can just put fuel to there and oil to there, 50:1. They're clearly marked. Makes it really easy. So we've got some different measuring devices here. We've got a teaspoon, which we know is 5 ml, because teaspoons are. So if you're mixing 250 ml of fuel, you just need 1 teaspoon. If you're mixing 500 ml of fuel, you need 2 teaspoons, or a litre of fuel is 4 teaspoons, 20 ml. However, because I'm a contractor, and this is what we do day in, day out, we have one of these bottles here. Now it's a fully synthetic 2-stroke oil, and it's got a measuring device built into the side. And it gives us all the increments there, 20 ml, 40, 60, 80, 100, and that's for 1 litre, 2 litre, 3 litre, 4 litre, and 5 litres worth of fuel to oil ratio. Makes it really easy, and we can mix up bigger tanks like this one here. We've got a mark on there, that's 5 litres of fresh fuel. We add 100 mils of oil, and that makes it our 5 litres of 2-stroke mix. However, a lot of people, they only need a small tank, about 1 litre. If you're just doing stuff around the garden, that'll probably last you about a month. And that's probably about the lifespan of the fuel in this bottle. If you're doing a bit more, maybe you use one of these a day, but I would always suggest never mixing any more fuel than you actually need, because once it's out of these containers, it doesn't seem to last too long, just loses a bit of potency really. So how do we mix it, you ask? First of all, we need to get the fuel from here into here. Now it's a bit difficult to pour into these through that, so I'm going to use a measuring jug and we'll just put a litre of fresh fuel into here and then transfer it across. You'll notice I'm using a drip tray underneath because I haven't got the steadiest of hands. Ooh. There we go. I'll put that down there out of the way. That's about 1 litre's worth of fuel in there. And we'll transfer it over to this bottle. Right, so there's a litre of petrol in our little holder, and now we need to put the oil in. So refer back to our chart. We're using 1,000 ml or 1 litre of fuel, gives us 20 ml of 2-stroke oil. That's what's required. So these little packs are really handy, really easy to use. You can, as you squeeze the bottle, you can see the oil starts to run up the side. There you go, and into the top. And if we squeeze it up, in fact, I'll put it down so we can get a better, more accurate measurement. Squeeze it up to, and there it reaches the 1 litre line. So it's up to 1 litre of fuel. It's got the fuel can on that side to represent the fuel. It's got the oil drop on that side to represent the oil, and we're up to 20 ml. Now to pour this, you turn it round, I think that way. That's it, and it causes an airlock now. So when we tip it up, we can't get any oil coming back up the pipe. We know that we've got just 20 ml in there. Right, and there we go. We tip that in. And that's 20 ml of oil mixed in with the fuel, which should bring us up, and it does. That was lucky, up to the 50-to-1 mark. I'll put this bottle down out the way. Now, we put the lid on because the oil doesn't mix too readily with the fuel. As you can see, it's slightly uneven, it's a bit lighter towards the top. So if we give it a bit of a shake, make sure the lid's on securely, give it a bit of a shake, and there you go, we've got a nice uniform colour throughout the bottle. It's up to the desired mark, 50-to-1 on the top. If you don't have a measuring bottle, you can put the fuel into 1 litre, and then you can put your oil in to the 50-to-1 mark, which we know is 20 ml. You can use a teaspoon for 4 teaspoons of oil in there, which is also 20 ml, or a smaller measuring jug if you prefer. Now that is great, and as we said, it'll last you probably about a month in that container. If you're going to use more than that and you want to use a bigger container, we've got the one that we do here, which is 5 litres. We mix 5 litres of fresh fuel, which is up to that line there, with 100 ml of oil, and that gives us 5 litres. And again, you know, lifespan of that really is about a month in that container. We get through a lot really. We probably mix up 2, maybe 3 of those in a week. Because we're contractors, we're using a lot of small engine stuff. I highly recommend using this still oil because it's a synthetic oil, fully synthetic, and there's also a fuel stabiliser built into it. So if your containers aren't 100% vapor tight, it will sort of keep it a bit fresher for a bit longer. If there's anything more you'd like to know about mixing fuel, the different ratios, there's also 40-to-1, 32-to-1 and 25-to-1. It's all on these handy bottles. However, I'll be putting some more of these sheets on my website, and they are available to download. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Any comments, just put them below. Questions, queries, let me know. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter too. I'm Jimmy the Mower. We'll catch you on the next one.